Hey, what's up? So as you can see, I am right in front of this 2016 SE Ford Focus. Here's the key right here. Standard Ford key. You got your lock, unlock, your trunk release, and then the panic button. So the SE, this has the 201A entertainment package, or the 201A package. Comes with these blacked out rims, and the tire size is 215/50/17. This is the hatchback. Unlock the doors. Privacy shade, decent space. The gas cap is open for some reason. Overall, if you ask me, I think the design of the Focus actually is really nice. The updated design, the refreshed one since 2015. The previous one I wasn't really a fan of, so I'll go ahead and get inside and talk about it a little bit more. If you hear a little wind from earlier, it's a little windy outside. So, inside of this, I have this car for the next couple of minutes. I actually have to return it. I've been driving it for less than 24 hours, but I'm actually really familiar with Ford's Focus, with the Focus line of cars, because at my previous job, I won't say what it was or I won't say where I worked at, but I dealt with a lot of cars and I dealt with a lot of Focuses in general. Dealing with the 2014 on up, and I've driven the 14 to 15, now the 16, and I will tell you that the Focus is the greatest car that I will never recommend to anyone. It's a decent car, but it's just not all there. It's not all there, and I'll say why in a second. So with this with the 201A package, you do get this overhead glasses thing here. You get these nice cool ambient lights. You can change the color of them. Where's that dog coming from? Oh, dog out the window. So this visor moves just like it does in a couple of Ford vehicles that I've driven, including my ST. You get the 6-speed dual clutch transmission. You get this 4-inch screen. You can get the standard 8, not standard, but you can get the 8-inch Sync 3 screen when you upgrade. Inside of here, we got the glove box, armrest, and you do get an auxiliary port along with a USB. So it's just a standard Focus. I won't go too in depth because it's just a regular Focus. It looks like a regular Focus. It functions like a regular Focus. And just like a regular Focus, the back seat is not as good as, say, a Golf or anything different. And I will say that this is not my car, so if you're wondering why the car is so dirty, it's just so dirty. Why is it so dirty? Because it's not my car. This is a different car. I won't say where it goes, but this is not my car, and when I received the car, it was dirty like this because I received it on a whim, and I will be returning it today on a whim also, kind of, sort of, and I won't be cleaning anything out because I'm not going to clean it out. This is how I got it, so this is how they're going to get it back. So I did kind of dust off some mats and stuff just to make it a little bit more presentable. So yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about the car. Go ahead and start it up.
Symphony of Augusta's season shows.
This month, the music of ABBA will be featured.
So I was a little surprised to see that this little bitty sync screen in here actually does have app link. So it recognizes my phone, as iHeart Auto, and it will connect to it and allow me to change stations and do all this cool stuff with the stations, just like I showed in my Focus ST review video, the tech review. It's similar to that, of course, but on a smaller scale with no touchscreen right there. Here's the gauge cluster, standard Focus. It looks just like any other Focus you've seen, as far as the little screen in here. And if you'll notice that the gauges actually are slightly different. I'll let you try to figure out how the gauges are slightly different than on the ST versus the regular Focuses. And it's not just because the ST goes up to 180 miles per hour on the speedometer. So then you have your temperature here. Turn it all the way up, turn it all the way down. And what's interesting is that if you have this on 2 or 3 or wherever, you can hit this power button and turn it off. So that's pretty cool. So you don't have to always put this on 0. So with this review, I do need to take this car back within the next couple of minutes, so I'm kind of rushing it. I've been driving it, and like I said, I'm really familiar with the Focus, and I'll tell you that it drives just like the Focus does. I don't have any driving footage. I'm just going to talk about the driving experience. Now, the reason why I say this is the greatest car that I would never recommend to anyone is because of this here. If you're driving this car, you're more than likely, if you're in America and you're driving this car, you're more than likely going to get it with this. You're not going to get it with the stick. Now, if you buy this car with the stick, more power to you. Go ahead. I actually enjoy this car. But if you're buying this with the dual clutch transmission, it is the worst transmission in the industry. I would never, ever, ever recommend this car to anyone who's buying it with an automatic, because it is the worst transmission in the industry. Just today, I was driving at low speeds, kind of stuck in a little traffic, some stop and go, and it's like the car up and down shifted at the same time. It was the weirdest experience ever. It just jerked, and then it stopped, and it buckled, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. For a car that has 4,000 miles on it, it shouldn't be acting this way. And I've driven a lot of Focuses, or Foci, however you want to say it, and it's the same experience. They all drive like crap for the transmission. The transmission is it's horrible. It's a horrible experience. And to say that this is a 16, and I haven't driven a Focus in a minute though. It's been a couple of months, and to see that the 16 model drives the same way as the older ones, it's very. I just don't understand it. I don't understand how Ford can't get this together. They can't get it straight. The transmission is horrible. When you downshift, if you're downshifting and upshifting with this select shift thing here, then when you downshift, it actually does rev match, but it's very slow. It's very slow. For this to be a dual clutch transmission, it shifts very slow. I will say it's probably slightly faster than a regular automatic transmission with a torque converter and everything, but it's just very slow. But I was surprised to see that it did rev match on downshifts. Now, as far as driving goes, the suspension setup is fairly decent. I kind of enjoy it. It's a little jiggly when it comes to broken pavement, but I will say that when you're hitting corners and curves and things like that, you will find yourself not braking as much as you normally would if you drive, say, a Corolla or something, other than a Focus or a Mazda 3. And that's nice. I will say that Ford has that down. They know how to make a car that can handle very well. It's a very athletic car for what it is. It's an economy car, and it's very athletic for what it is. If pure driving experience is what you're going for, and you're gonna get the stick, then I would suggest this car or the Mazda 3. The Mazda 3 is probably the Mazda 3 is more sportier than this car, or is sportier than this car. But the Focus is a nice vehicle to own if you're getting the stick. Now, if you're getting this transmission, just go get the Mazda 3, go get the Civic, go get something else other than this, because this is what plagues this car. So as you know, when dual clutch transmissions come to a complete stop at a red light or anywhere, they put themselves into neutral. They goes into neutral, and it kind of revs up a little bit and goes and hits first gear when you're taking off. This car does not do that good at all. It's a very shaky, jerky, weird experience, and it just makes the joys of driving this car just that much worse. It's just I can't even put words to it. I've driven the GTI, and the GTI does come with Volkswagen's DSG. Now, the DSG stands for direct shift gearbox, but it's a dual clutch transmission, and let me tell you, that dual clutch transmission is fantastic. Now, yes, I've seen people on forums talking about how the DSG has messed up on them, or it's crapped out on them and they had to get it replaced. Of course, that comes with anything, but as far as shifting and just the experience of a good dual clutch transmission, that dual clutch transmission is fantastic. It is superb. I absolutely love that transmission, and I would suggest to Ford, hey, maybe get some talks with VW, and you can license or something their freaking transmission, because this is just not cutting it. So other than that, though, the car is nice. It has with it having that package, it does have the park aid on it, so when you back all the way up to a spot, when you're backing all the way up and you have something behind you, it beeps. You have the guidelines that turn with the wheel, and when you push these little buttons here, because there's no touchscreen, you can zoom in and zoom out, or you can turn the car off too. So it's really cool. It has some nice tech features in it. Satellite radio comes with the package that this car has. Like I said, it has app link on it, which is nice. No navigation, obviously. But I mean, other than that, the car is a decent car. It drives well. It handles well. Suspension is slightly sporty yet jiggly. It's a cross between sporty and comfort. It's up to you decide if you like it. I'm okay with it. It's fine. It handles well. But I'm telling you, this is a deal breaker for me, and it's horrible that this dual clutch transmission is still crappy. Ford calls it a power shift. They call this called their power shift transmission. So there it is. This is my quick focus review. I need to go take this thing back now. Like I said, I've been driving it for about a day, and it's going back to them just like this. Overall though, like I said before, if you're getting the stick, if you're getting the 5-speed, the car is a valuable option. If you're getting this, it's not an option at all. Just stick with the Mazda 3 or the Civic. Thank you guys for watching the video, and as always, hit that thumbs up button. I don't even like asking people to hit the thumbs up button, because I mean, it's not a big deal. I get some people that hit thumbs down buttons because they don't like me, so it's whatever. Just comment, let me know what you think. Constructive criticism, I love it. Let me know what you think about the Focus. Don't be rude. Please don't be rude. I will block you and you'll be gone instantly. So thank you guys for watching though. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.